I'm gonna be roasting in here, by the way. We're so fucking back, bro. We are so back. We're back with a new microphone, which is actually not mine. I hope my sister doesn't kill me because of this. But we are so back. I missed these videos. And I know I have been fumbling my latest videos. I'm gonna be honest. I was feeling a little really fucking bad. So, I don't know if that's an excuse. That's just what was going on. Okay? But we are so back. And I'm back with a new topic today. Which is new beginnings. Yes! And how I deal with endings. It's so hot in here. I think I'm gonna have a stroke. Let me start from the beginning. I have been going through some pretty fucking big changes in my life. Maybe since I started this YouTube channel. Actually, I started this YouTube channel because I was going through an existential crisis. Actually, which is pretty funny now to think because I'm not having an existential crisis anymore. But changes are slow as fuck. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but when a big change comes in my life, even if it comes fast, I don't take it fast. Like, it happens really slowly in my mind, and I take a lot of time to adapt. And if, along with the big change, there's like a million other little changes, I go insane. So, this is not something that you should follow my word with because I'm not great dealing with changes and I'm not great dealing with endings, but I crave endings and changes so badly, bro. Leaving a place that felt like home. Damn. This is the first topic. Are we really getting into this? We are. So the first big change that happened in my life and why I started my YouTube channel was basically because I left my old dance studio. And I left it partially, or at least that was in my head, but it didn't end up being partially, it ended up being fully. And I left it because of like a lot of reasons, mostly because I wanted to start focusing on things that I actually cared about, which ballet was something that I cared about for a long time. But it wasn't my shit anymore. And anyway, what I'm trying to say, leaving a place that felt like home to you is hard as fuck, especially because when you come back to it, it feels so odd. You know, it feels like something that was a part of you for so long is no longer there. Or you're no longer there. And why do I say this? A month ago or like 2 months ago, I had an audition, a dance audition, and I asked my old studio director to film my audition in that studio. And so that's what I did. I went back to the studio and shit, like I cannot tell you how badly it hurt because I came back to a place where I used to go every single day. I used to spend my life in there. Even more than my house. Like I would spend hours and hours a week in there. And coming back to it after, half a year of not seeing it was horrible, bro. Because it made me realize that I wasn't part of it anymore. And that I haven't been a part of it in a long time. But even though I have already accepted that change, part of me didn't realize how much time it had gone by and how I haven't started anything. Okay, this is getting too personal. Oh my god. Okay, give me a second. I hadn't realized that ever since I left that studio, people moved on. You know, it's not like it affected them in any way. Not even my friends, which I don't have a lot of friends in there anymore. So let's not talk about that. But people moved on, which is hard to deal with, essentially, because, you know, big endings for a person are long to process. But then when you come back and you realize that everybody had moved on but you, shit, damn, it hits you differently. So coming back to that studio, which I wish I would have blogged, even though now that I think about it, maybe not, because I cried the whole time. But coming back to that studio gave me like a sense of closure, because I never had that. That's the thing. I never had a sense of closure with that studio because it ended abruptly, basically. Filming my audition and looking at myself in the mirror and seeing a whole, like, my every single version that was in that studio of myself, that gave me a sense of closure for like the biggest change that has been going on in my life. But then we had other little changes and other little new beginnings. And that's when it gets fucked up, right? Because other little new beginnings cannot start, and you cannot take the opportunity to like fully sit with it unless you let the other shit go. And that's what I didn't want to realize, and that's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to let that part of myself go. When there was all these little new beginnings kind of blooming into my life, and little new things that were so beautiful and so exciting for me, but I just couldn't take them fully because I didn't want to let go. And I've been feeling lately new beginnings coming into my life. New little things coming into my life that are slowly but surely becoming my life, my new life. And after having this one life, this specific one life for so long, you know, it's scary. There's a quote that I really, really like that says, "Of course, everything is falling apart. Your new life will cost you your old one." And you probably have heard this. And I didn't want to like accept that fully until I realized everything was falling apart. Everything will fall apart if you take new risks. And if you make a big change in your life that eventually will feel amazing. That's what people don't like about changes. Changes don't feel good from the start. Changes feel like shit when you start doing them. They feel like you made a mistake. And that's how I felt for a while. I felt like I was making a mistake with leaving my old studio, with leaving ballet. It felt like, oh my god, I'm ruining my whole life. And that's the state I was in for maybe half a year, if I'm being honest. And I am still feeling that a little bit sometimes. That's the state I was in, which was a scary place. But then, when I finally dealt with it, shit happened. And I'm way more grateful about this new life of mine. Even though it's imperfect and it's messy and it's ugly sometimes and it's very scary sometimes, I feel like I'm finally part of my own life. And a life that I'm choosing to have, because something about routines don't necessarily kill you, but if you are not conscious about what you're doing every day, that's just gonna become your life. It sounds awful, because something about routines gave me the opportunity to not question my life, ever. Because I just had to do what I had to do. Did I question why? No. Did I question why I was doing that every day of my life? No, because I thought that was, I don't know, I was like in automatic mode, even, which was a scary place to be in. Years passed by, and only a few months back is when I realized, what am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this every day? Am I happy with it? And those big questions are the ones that hurt like a motherfucker. They hurt like a motherfucker. And they will sting and they will be uncomfortable, and you won't even want to look at the question ever. You will avoid it at all costs. But questioning that type of stuff is what led me to this new life that I have now. Questioning the big stuff. Why am I doing this every day? Do I want to do this every day? Do I feel happy? Do I not? Yes, no? So what I'm trying to say, which I never know what I'm trying to say in these videos if I'm being honest, but I think you have to take the chance. You motherfucker, I think you have to take the chance. And why do I say this? Because I think you have to take the chance for new beginnings. I think you have to accept that if you want new beginnings and if you want change, your current life will probably fall apart. And it sounds harsh. And it was hard for me. But I couldn't be more grateful that now, with the life that I have now, I can question myself all the time. And I could question my routines. Why am I doing this? Why am I not doing that? Why am I avoiding this? And with that questioning, beautiful, beautiful things have come my way. You know, like, I don't want to say too much, but I don't know. Acting has been good, you know. I've been getting some stuff with acting. I'm still working on my music, and I have time to do all of those things because I decided to do the big change and to basically throw my whole old life away. Because now, when I look back at that life, it's not something I have anymore. Which is something you have to be willing to do if you want things to change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. It's gonna take time. And it's gonna feel like you're making the wrong decision a lot of the time. Like I said, I felt like that for half a year, bro. But now I am here. I'm making a YouTube video. And I have a YouTube channel. And I make music, and I'm really happy. Anyway, besides from that, you should cut your hair. I'm so sorry. No, but that's also how I dealt with endings. That's when I cut my little bangs. They're really pretty. Yeah. Okay. That's basically it. I am sweating like a motherfucker, bro. I swear, this is not funny. Like, you shouldn't be... These are leather fucking seats. And I'm sweating like a motherfucker. It's like 1 p.m. It's 1:10 p.m. Oh my god. Okay. Also, talking makes me sweaty. I don't know if that happens to anyone. That's just what happens to me. Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. But please, take a chance. For once. Take a chance for new beginnings. They're so beautiful and they're so fun. And I promise you're gonna have fun. Your old life will cost you your new life. What? No, wait. Your new life will cost you your old one. Just so you know. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Wait. Oh my god. It's so hot. Oh my god. Goodbye. I love you so much.